Welcome to Kipping Up with Wrestling!
Welcome to episode 18. Holy moly, 18 of Kipping Up with Wrestling, recorded on March 29th. Is that March 29th? 2018. Thanks for joining us. All links to all our junk is in the show notes. So let's get the show in the ring. Tonight we have Jason.
Hey.
Who's your little friend there?
Who?
For those of you enjoying the audio version, on the video version, there seems to be a fuzzy friend.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
I didn't see him there.
Yeah.
That's Obi.
That's Obi. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He only likes to get up in my face when I'm streaming.
Awesome. He does like to do. He used to do that up over here when I had a different chair. But yeah.
You're old news, though.
I am. My new chair doesn't allow it. We also have Zach.
How's it going?
No fuzzy friends for you.
Nope, she's upstairs.
Okay. And then we also have Kitty Omega. He is his own fuzzy friend down in the corner.
Kitty!
Omega!
So did you get a new kitty?
No.
We just constantly change her name to keep her.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I constantly want to change our cat's name. So
It was Coyote. It was Coyote for a while.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, she's actually starting to respond to Kitty Omega, but I'm not sure if it's because we're just yelling it at her and she's just looking. But
Startle.
All you
yeah,
have
she's
to
still
do
looking.
is say it and give her a treat. Say it and give her a treat.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't really know if we have any wrestling to talk about. I mean, I
There's
know we
really
missed
not
last
much going
week, but
on.
there hasn't
No.
been.
No.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm gonna
the
get
big
off.
news. The big news was it last week? Baron Corbin beat Ty Dillinger.
That's
Ooh,
true.
he did.
That was hot.
And there's a couple of botches.
It's huge.
There's some botches in that match.
Yeah,
Wait,
there were.
what? That's very
Yeah.
like.
That's not a Baron Corbin match that I've
No.
seen before.
No.
There was a big medical clear last week.
What?
Big Cass was
Oh,
cleared.
sweet.
Yes.
I love you.
He really was, though. He was medically cleared on the same day as Daniel Bryan, but no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. That's like
Oh
when
my God.
who was it that died the day Michael Jackson did? It was like was it Farrah Fawcett?
That was around the same time.
Didn't China die the same day Prince did?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
so it was
I
like
was
the
thinking
same
of.
thing, like
and
just
it was
completely
like,
overshadowed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Still more people knew about China's death than will know about mine. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
True.
So I have that to look forward to, and
Yep.
probably most of you as well.
No, I'm gonna be a famous wrestler. So
About that.
just wait and hit my stride.
Yeah, you don't want to get in it too young.
No, I want my body to like last when I'm 50.
You
So.
want to wait a while.
These
Yeah.
episodes are just going to soar in popularity when you're like, did you know he used to be on a wrestling podcast?
Yeah. Now he's jacked
Yeah.
in wrestling.
Like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
True. He used to do yoga all the time.
Mhm.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Get into some of that. Yeah, so we missed last week, which was the dumbest week in wrestling to miss, probably, but we still did it anyway. And Daniel Bryan is cleared to wrestle. So that is spectacular. I'm sure everyone listening to this episode saw the emotional speech that he gave. I don't know what you call that. It's not really a promo because it seems
No,
sincere.
it was
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
I mean, he got choked up, and he's a stand-up sweetheart of a guy.
That show was so incredible.
It was an incredible show.
The beginning and the end were amazing.
Yeah.
I've never been so happy to see Daniel Bryan get punched in the face.
when he
slammed on
when
a power.
he
went
started to
nuts.
hulk up and did those corner drop kicks,
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gotta say, this is terrible, but I can't wait for the Total Divas episode where they cover this. To
That's
cover
what I thought too.
all the background stuff is like what I want to know about, you know?
That was my first thought. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great on Total Divas.
Great Total Divas. But
Speaking of we'll get to Total Divas stuff later. Never mind.
will we? We never do.
Also, just a little tidbit. It's kind of Total Divas related.
Did you
The
see
Miz-
the video? Oh,
The
no,
Miz
go ahead.
and Maurice welcomed their baby girl into the
Oh
world.
yeah.
I
think that was today.
saw that in our Discord, but I didn't see the news anywhere else. It was because
He tweeted it.
I've been off Twitter. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I seen it on his Twitter, so
Okay.
I
So
think
that was today.
Today. It might have been yesterday, but
Yeah,
I think
he
I seen it.
announced
Well, that's good because that's a little early. Because
Yeah, but they were talking about it might have been on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
the
He
week
wasn't-
of,
Yeah.
which it's still close, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that worked out because then he can,
Oh, that boring stuff out of the way.
focus on the important things in life. So, what do you think that means for his? Okay, he has the show coming up, in which they're probably
Their own show.
their own reality show. And I'm sure this is all being taped and covered for that because it's really awesome. But then he's also going to be. I assume, yes, going to be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, which my assumption is yes, they're going to let him have it at this point. What do you guys like?
I would think so, but I mean, this is cumulative, right?
Yeah,
So he can lose the title and still break that record the next reign he gets.
Yeah, because it hasn't been consecutive.
Yeah.
I think we're in need of a Miz title run, heavyweight championships run here soon.
I love
had it-
Miz.
Me too. I can't wait for him and Daniel Bryan. They have so much to go back on. When
you can finally
So
cash
much hate. Yes.
So,
That's
when the Daniel Bryan finally gives the Miz the Daniel Bryan kicks, the yes kicks.
That'll be great.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
And that one promo in was it
Talking smack.
Yep, that's when the Miz kind of broke out, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh man, there's some feelings are coming out in here.
It felt very real.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And they can really pull from that and have like a really long story happen now, thankfully. And I'm happy for Daniel Bryan because that's his passion and everything. So cool.
Yep.
Anyone else on that? Did anyone cry? Who cried? Who cried like a little...
I did not cry, but I want to say, where are the Daniel Bryan Dream Fighter shirts? Because he said that about 15 times.
They're coming out. Yep, they're already coming out.
For real, he's getting the Dream Fighter?
It's like
But he was
fight for your dreams. Yeah.
He was wearing that this week on SmackDown.
Oh, was he?
He just needs like a Dream Fighter because he said that.
Yeah. I wasn't in love with the shirt, but yeah, totally. I think there's something there that you could do.
Well, Joey, can you put your mic closer? You're just
Yes.
yeah. No, it was just kind of. It was just you were kind of lower than everyone else, and so I don't want that to continue because then we'll miss everything.
My bad.
Nice.
So we also there was the rumor or the thought that they were going to change up the match because Shane has diverticulitis, but it sounds like from SmackDown they're confirming that match is still happening.
I don't know how he's gonna wrestle because he had diverticulitis, which almost ended Brock Lesnar's UFC career.
Yeah, but I had that.
It depends on the severity.
A couple years ago, and they your case isn't that bad, so we're not going to admit you. And it was like a day or two of bed rest.
Really?
It depends on the severity and how long you've let it go. Yeah.
But they also said he had like an umbilical hernia or something like that.
That might be bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be the scary thing.
So I mean, at least he's not jumping off a cell this time. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he should stop doing that.
I was telling Shannon those are cool to see, but I'm now. I like whenever it happens, I'm like a little bit more nervous than I used to be. Like, dude, you've avoided injury, serious injury. Maybe cut your, this is where you cash out.
Yeah. When we went to Hell in a Cell, we were like in the lower bowl, right where Shane was jumping, and every time they were up on top of it, I was like, oh my god, I don't even like watching this right now. Being there live made me like really not like it because I was just anxious and just paranoid the entire time. Then he fell and it was awesome. But before it happened, it was really freaky.
Yeah, it's too much. But
So maybe he won't do a lot in this match.
Probably
which
not.
is fine. Daniel should carry him.
Well, they only want to see Daniel Bryan at this point.
Yeah.
I still think there's a good possibility that they could still do that the triple threat. I don't know. I mean,
that makes more sense to me.
Shane's going to be in it, but I mean, they have one more week. They can still turn it around to like how Kevin and Sammy like you know what? No, I'm done. I'm done with you. You got me into this mess, and then they can start the feud.
They could because both of them, they've built up the storyline. They both sincerely love him. You could have one of them start to say, no, I went along with you, and look what we did, and really turn on the other emotionally at this point. Yeah. That would be a really nice story.
And honestly, I'd rather see that match than the tag team match.
I would too.
I would too. Absolutely.
I seen a on kayfabe news that Undertaker decided to be Daniel Bryan's partner, and John Cena is really going to go as a fan now.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking
for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, my excitement for WrestleMania has increased.
The card is looking amazing right now.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about Cena. He continues to taunt Undertaker. How do you feel about that?
Go ahead, Joe.
No, you go ahead. You go first.
I liked it in the beginning. I liked how they were doing the promos and whatnot. But I feel like it's getting kind of hokey now with him doing the Undertaker's moves. And then we got to deal with Kane on Raw, and I'm just done with Kane.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for the match, don't get me wrong. I feel like the first two promos he did were better. And then this week, this is the only part of Raw that I was able to catch this week. I didn't think that it came across as effective. To me, at least. What did you guys think?
I get kind of like douche chills a little bit partway through.
Yeah, calling Undertaker a coward a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
I liked him doing the sit up and like that was okay.
I understand what he's doing and he's trying to taunt him out, but like, calling him a chick and everything, like Undertaker's gonna be like, dude, you need me, I don't need you. Like, I'm not chicken, I just don't need you. And that should really like be the other side of the story. Undertaker doesn't need a road to WrestleMania. Undertaker always has a road to WrestleMania. Cena does not. And so you're trying to hop on this train to get there when, the other guy's like, but I don't need you or this. And
it also makes Cena look a little bit
side of the story. It
makes
Cena look
weak. Have 1 week left.
Yeah.
What to me jumps out and makes Cena kind of look bad is he's calling out the Undertaker, calling him a coward. And this is the match people have wanted for a long time, but he's doing it at the point where Undertaker is pretty much done. So it's like almost like a hollow victory if he beats Undertaker.
I hope he doesn't, actually, but yeah.
I kind of don't either. I feel like I'd be okay with Undertaker winning it. Like you're not giving the rub to a young and up and comer. It's not really going to tarnish Cena's
exactly.
legacy.
But if this is the Undertaker's last match, the Undertaker will not win his last match. That's just not how he's too old school. He wants to put someone over on his way out. But Cena doesn't need that. So if he beats Cena, then maybe he comes back for one more against
Braun.
For Braun, exactly.
Braun.
Something like that. I don't know if they'd want Braun in there with him.
I don't know if that would be a good match.
I don't know if it'd be a good match, but that's the only thing I can think of where you'd have like an up and comer that they're really pushing as the next powerhouse.
Who knows?
It seems like a long way off though at this point.
I agree.
Aleister Black could totally be up in the main roster by Mania next year.
That's true.
I mean, the landscape could change so much.
You're right, because the next day, right after WrestleMania, we've got like 15 new people sometimes. So.
Yeah, there's gonna be follow-ups after that. I don't know if he will then, but yeah. That's a cool match to have, though. Like, I'm glad that we're finally getting it at some point because that's one that people wanted forever.
Right.
I think they're doing a really good job this Mania with doing like what the diehards want, and then what what
Vince wants.
The generic like card. That's a little bit of both. Like the AJ Shinsuke matches for us, Roman and Brock's for Vince. Like,
exactly.
I'm really pumped for like a majority of these matches. And
there's 4 or 5 matches that could headline like Mania this year.
Totally.
Easily Shinsuke versus AJ could headline. Brock versus Roman could headline. Asuka versus Charlotte could headline.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
The one I don't get they're not having is Bayley and Sasha. Like, why isn't that a match?
Because they already have 14 matches and they can't, but they're going to be in the women's
the Rumble
Battle Royal. They should have let them have. They should have built that properly of starting a few months ago and had them in WrestleMania. But maybe they do a long build, but that's not how WWE works. But maybe they'll do a long build and have one of them have the title, and then they can have a main event type match at Mania next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Or SummerSlam match.
Yeah, SummerSlam, because they could headline SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think SummerSlam's more WWE speed.
Yeah, that makes more sense. And I'm sure Daniel Bryan will have a big match at SummerSlam too.
Oh, I am so excited for all the possibilities. I just hope he stays healthy.
I'm slightly bummed because I was kind of hoping for Daniel Bryan at All In, but
not
so bummed.
But
I'm glad
his contract wasn't up yet, though.
Yeah,
so.
I'm glad
he wouldn't have been.
I'm glad he's where he wants to be. Obviously, he had the choice to sign a contract or not once that came through, and he's where he wants to be, and he deserves that at this point in his career. So,
yeah. It was kind of like, I feel you though, it was like a little bummer just thinking of like, we could get Daniel Bryan versus Kenny Omega at the Tokyo Dome and just things like that.
Yeah, but there's so many good matches too, even in WWE. That
exactly. So it's good either way.
And I think it's a strength to what New Japan and Ring of Honor are doing that would be cool, but there's so much other stuff that they're doing that are huge matches.
Like
or could
what?
Be huge matches.
Like what's going on?
Well, we had the pay-per-view last week.
Yes.
For New Japan, the one in Long Beach. Yeah.
I watched this twice. That's why I didn't watch SmackDown or Raw. I got home on Monday and watched it all by myself. And the next day on Tuesday, Joe hasn't seen it. So I went and watched it with Joe too.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you haven't seen it yet? Oh my God.
No, Joe's seen it. We watched it yesterday.
So fantastic. Like you had Cody and the Villain versus
Tamatanga.
I'm not going to remember their names. I'm really sorry.
I have the whole card
other
here.
Bullet Club. Yeah.
Rulers of Destiny.
And it was fantastic, that storyline, because you have this whole dynamic where the Elite and stuff have separated off from the Bullet Club, and the Bullet Club's like, we have our leader, we have our group, and you have this division happening, but they're not really talking about it, but I would say you kind of have some poor leadership decisions because you're not unifying the Bullet Club under Kenny Omega and Cody, both, because they're ignoring that.
Bullet Club is fine.
That's true.
Okay, it's fine.
And I really love the storytelling within that whole. The storytelling in the whole pay-per-view was fantastic, but that moment where Marty Scurll was all on board.
Team Tonga.
Team Tonga, totally, and then talking all this smack, and then they started beating the crap out of him, and he jumps over and starts hugging Cody.
He jumps into Cody's arms, didn't he?
Yes. And then he brings Brandy over and hugs him.
Yeah, that was really...
Cody's the best heel.
Totally. I think I don't think it's even close right now.
No, I can't think of anybody that generally gets heat wherever he goes.
Yeah. And the people who gave him crap, like I could see their point of view before, but I think anybody who's still hanging on to he hasn't done anything, he's just living off his father's legacy. You're lying.
Oh.
Like
Yeah, like before you could always see him as Dusty Rhodes' kid. Now I almost don't even obviously I know, but I almost don't associate Dusty
I don't either.
with him
I don't
at this point.
I actually forgot for a minute until he dyed his hair blonde, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Just like just like the little things he does, like when Marty Scurll was getting all riled up and did like his whole chicken wing dance, got the whole crowd into it and tagged Cody just tags himself in.
It's so good. Yeah.
Everything he does is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Jason, and me and Joe watched it. Did anybody catch that press conference?
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh my god.
When you guys get a chance, I watched it like 5 times. He has his press conference after the match. Like he literally just walks in, starts not demanding questions, but he just goes through, picks some. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but he has a press conference.
Blue shirt. If you're yes, I am. I was wondering about this match, and I'm glad I won it.
Yeah. I love how New Japan does those.
Yes.
I miss WWE doing those.
I wish you did that because I really. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking over you, but the fake-ish interviews WWE does where you have the person waiting to interview, but they don't ever say back to you, Jim, or anything like that.
Or did you guys watch NXT this week?
Yeah, NXT was great.
They had one of the best backstage segments where they were interviewing TM61 at the Performance Center, and you could kind of see in the background Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler, and stuff started going on. They're like, oh shit, we got to go watch this. And it was so easy and natural.
That's what I was literally said the same thing to Joe. I was like, why don't they do things like that on like the main roster? It's just so different. And they can easily play that off like, oh, they're at a local gym or something like that, and they're all getting into it or something. Just little things like that that just change it up.
They go
and
a long
things
way.
Different. Exactly. Make things fresh and not stale, not the same old, same old.
NXT was really good this week.
It was. Yeah. So we.
I like the poor Dakota Kai. She came out for an intro.
Yeah.
I love her too. She's so cute.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the Aleister Black Andrade match.
Yes.
As am I.
Awesome.
Really good. And the Gargano Ciampa, which is official now, the unsanctioned match.
Unshanked.
That's gonna be amazing.
You gonna try to add him?
You
gonna try to add him in fantasy before?
Oh, no. Yeah. I thought, damn it, but
oh well.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the U.S. or the North American title was finally officially announced in the ladder match, which has NXT done. I think they've done a tag team championship ladder match, haven't they?
Yeah, I think that was last Takeover. It was the DIY breakup last year at Takeover for Mania?
It was, I think, like SummerSlam Takeover last year.
Yeah, I know they had one because whenever DIY broke up, it was a ladder match.
That's right. Yeah. But I like when NXT. I get excited for their gimmick matches because they don't overdo them. So this should be really, really good. And Ricochet's and that they didn't announce that yet, did they? Officially?
He was on the end of NXT because they I forgot what her name is, but she was outside William Regal's office and she asked like, "Oh, they're about to announce a sixth person or something like that." And William Regal said, "Oh, he'll be out shortly," and then Ricochet walked out of the office.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's how NXT went off last night after
that. I must have turned it off right before that, but that should be a fantastic match.
Absolutely.
One thing, kind of going back to
Strong
Japan.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of finish up some of the Bullet Club stuff. Jay White beat Adam Page, which I kind of saw coming, but I thought it still was a fantastic match.
That was a really good match.
It was the way it was done, and I got to give credit to Adam Page. His whole build up to this, his intensity he's shown.
Love Adam Page.
Yeah. And I went from kind of being okay with him to really liking him.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to have like lower affect than all the other members. Like but
he's not as
he's
goofy.
Very likable. Yeah. Like he's still very likable. So
and he's like the youngest one too. Like he has a lot of room to go too.
And he's gotten so much better in the ring.
I think he's 25 or 26.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he does that springboard lariat where he does the flip over and
the shotgun lariat or whatever.
Yeah, shotgun lariat. He has so many cool moves.
He does.
Really, really like Hangman. Another match that was great before we get into the main event that I liked on that show. I really like that 8-man tag that had Naito, Sanada, Bushi, and Takahashi versus Dragon Lee, Taguchi, Kushida, and Tanahashi.
Yes.
That was really good. I really like Naito. He has so much charisma. It's unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
he's one that our son, he kind of he doesn't follow New Japan a ton, but he remembers Naito. He likes him a lot. Yeah.
And then also, I really like the Okada and Ishii versus Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre match.
That match is really good.
Oh, when they got into the forearms, Suzuki and Ishii, they just kept going back and forth, and they were so stiff.
Yeah, those dudes were giving each other the business.
Exactly. And Zack Sabre Jr. is awesome. Did you guys watch any of the New Japan Cup that he was in?
Yes, we did. We watched. I think we watched the last couple rounds and saw the final.
What an amazing run! He submitted Naito. Who else did he? Tanahashi, Ishii, like all right in a row.
Yeah, he went from being like a dude that we kind of know in respect to a legitimate threat. Like I don't think he'll beat Okada, but he's like
it's believable now.
Yeah, he's like a main guy now. It seems like. You want to get in the main event?
Yes.
Did you guys like it or?
I loved it.
Yeah.
What?
Loved it. Yeah. Shocker,
Who
right?
likes this?
Some of the best storytelling.
I couldn't believe anyone would look at this and enjoy this moment with the Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks coming out there with their heartfelt moments and emotions on their sleeves.
Making me feel emotion. Just
I thought it'd be good, but the emotion I felt like I was like, why am I so upset about these friends fighting?
It was really well done.
Good. And the little moments of in-ring storytelling, I like it. I think I texted you, Zach. It's right up there with in storytelling in a match with that WrestleMania Ric Flair Shawn Michaels match.
And it's crazy because right before you told me that, it was a few hours later Meltzer released the Observer, and that's what he.
Oh, did he?
Said. Yeah, he said it was just like the Flair versus Shawn match. Like right off the rip, Matt just goes, "I want Kenny."
Yeah,
like right off the rip. Oh,
or just that, and when Matt's yelling him when he's debating about doing the one-winged angel, just do it.
Just
like
do it.
That was like, oh my god, almost like broke my heart a little bit, but it was so good.
That was good.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that match and Cody coming out and that storytelling.
Cody coming out and yelling at them, and getting in their face and knocking Nick around,
and you see Matt and Nick getting a little with each other.
Yeah,
there's
a little, because Nick, you could tell, is like, no, I'm kind of leaning towards Kenny's like our real friend, and Matt's like, done with Kenny. I'm all Team Cody, and that division is there. It's tiny now, but they take so long to develop these storylines that I'm not sure when or how
or
long
even exactly which way they're gonna go. Like they could go so many different directions, and it's not like you can see the writing on the wall completely. But it's It's so good. Best storytelling.
Yeah, no, they're definitely starting a new branch of the story there, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it all in? We could get maybe Matt versus Nick.
Yeah.
Or Matt and Cody versus Nick and Kenny. There's
so many different ways to go, and they're all believable the way they're doing it.
Yep, exactly. There's nothing like that, I feel like, in WWE, which is hard to say.
Not that complex.
Nothing that makes me feel like that. And
until Daniel Bryan and the whole KO and Sammy thing started happening, like I really didn't have that much emotion tied up into going into WrestleMania.
I was more into Takeover just with the Ciampa and Gargano match. But I mean, this storytelling's better than that. But,
yes.
Which I mean, that the Gargano Ciampa match, that's simpler. It's not trying. It doesn't need to be more complicated.
Right.
The fact that they're able to juggle all these different factions and sub factions and wrestlers and do it so well,
and it all makes sense.
Well, then I'm waiting for the YouTube to come out so I could see like, well, what does this mean and what's going on? Because it's such a vital part of the storytelling.
They just hit 200,000 subscribers, I believe.
It's ridiculous they're that low.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I see, because I have a 13-year-old son, and I see some of these people like sitting in bathtubs for Jello with 2 million subscribers, and I'm like, What
I think you have to keep in perspective, because when we went back about a couple months ago and started watching from episode 1, if you look at the views from those first episodes, they're like nothing.
Oh, I know. And we've skipped weeks. So it's probably like 2 episodes ago where I'm like, I just started watching.
Yeah. But the newer ones, the views are so much higher. So, they're going the right direction at least.
What are they at around, like view-wise per episode? Do you know?
Per episode?
I don't remember, but those first ones were like maybe like 10,000 or something like that. It was really low.
Mm-hmm. The new episode was pretty good. I can't wait for Hangman versus Joey Ryan. Off. Battle of the Dicks. I'm very excited.
Oh, I love that storyline that you kind of only know if you watch Being the Elite.
Exactly. Because they don't
only know why. Yeah.
Because Joey Ryan's never on Ring of Honor in New Japan.
And part of the problem, well, it's not a problem, but had these stars been in WWE, this came from their creativity, right? Like, this storytelling never would have happened in WWE because their superstars aren't given this much creative freedom with their storylines. From what I understand.
Yep. No, totally.
Okay.
That's what it
I'm
seems
guessing.
like.
Okay. I was kind of talking to my ass there, but I was hoping you'd back me up. I'm sorry.
So we have that. What's the Super Card of Honor is the WrestleMania weekend show for?
Yep, that is around the same time that it starts around the same time that NXT Takeover does.
Okay.
I'm hoping that they have it on their Honor Club so I can watch it after.
Takeover. I would think they would. Or no, I think it's going to be a pay-per-view.
Is it?
So you'll get a discount through Honor Club.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that because I cannot wait to watch Cody versus Kenny. That match is going to have so much. It's just a perfect babyface and a perfect heel just going at it.
And you have no idea which way they're going to go.
I have no idea who's going to win. And that's very rare when you watch so much wrestling not to have an idea of who's going to win. But to have literally no idea, like no clue who's going to win. Yep. No clue.
It's kind of refreshing because in WWE we can kind of pick because of the way we know how storylines tend to work
Ronda's 99% going to win.
You can kind of predict
things. Roman's going to win.
And
we assume Daniel Bryan's going to win. Yeah.
Things don't always work the same way in other companies. So.
Exactly. Which I just found out this weekend. I thought it was weird that since Vince McMahon's the owner and he books the matches for WWE, I didn't know that the New Japan booker is just another wrestler. Basically, he's not basically, but he wrestles too. It's Gato. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
He just is the booker too, and they just kind of decided that he was pretty smart, knew what he was doing, so they just let him book the matches. Well, that is awesome.
Well, yeah, the whole company's just like a bunch of people with big deep pockets, and he kind of just runs it. So he books it and he does he's in charge of everything else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did not know that.
Just to answer your question on the numbers earlier, yes, it is. They did hit 200,000 subscribers. The last Strong Style Evolved Being the Elite, episode 98, had 170,000 views already. It's only 3 days old.
That's good.
Okay.
So
their last their three episodes ago were was 200,000 or something.
Yeah, it's impressive.
They should be higher though.
They should be.
It's gold. Honestly, just gold.
If you like wrestling and you really, you watch Raw, you like WWE, that's great. Like we do too. But if you have some time on YouTube, these are rather short. start with episode 1. And they kind of start off a lot with giving you some travel info, background info, behind the scenes type of stuff, but it's this really slow progression into storylines that they do. You kind of fall into it with the episodes, and it's pretty cool. Before you know it, you're like, I'm all in.
It started off.
I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I get that now.
That match also did get 5 stars.
Did it?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I
was asking Jason about that, and he's like, I don't know. We're still watching.
Because Meltzer was, I listened to his podcast, and he said that he was there live. And because did you guys notice that Kota Ibushi botched his moonsault?
Yes.
Yeah. So they said that it was really bad live, but he said that it kind of made up for it when he watched it back televised, because you got to see much more of the little things, like Kenny Omega's facial expressions and him like trying to do like the V trigger, but kind of shaking and all like the little nuances and whatnot.
Yeah, there was so much of that stuff.
And there's that one moment. I think Ibushi totally redeems himself by saving. Falling into the audience.
Did you guys see when they were going to Superplex? I believe Matt.
Oh my God! Yes, they hang him over.
It's Ibushi's foot that just pushes them the right way.
He put his foot on the post and saved Matt from probably dying.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if that was planned or not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If that was planned, that is the best, because it looked completely like, oh shit.
Because they didn't even look like they panicked. Coda, so they're like, I'm just gonna put my foot right here.
Just adjusted.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Because like I remember watching that just for like a half second, you're thinking, oh wow, he's dead.
I think it was too risky to go
that.
Yeah.
I think he
teeter
just
that
adjusted.
far over.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, and that elbow drop, by the way, was awesome.
Yeah. Was that Nick was kind of like debating doing it, and then
that
just
was
all of a sudden,
Yeah, he was up on top. He could have hit Ibushi or hit. No, it was they were doing more bang for your buck. That's what it was. They're doing more bang for your buck. Instead of jumping on top of him, he just jumped outside.
Oh yeah, I did not. That was awesome.
That was great. Yeah. Like sailed out.
Yeah. And just something classic. He didn't go for a 450 or swanton. He wanted to induce pain. Elbow drop right to the fucking heart. Through it.
Yeah.
Yes. That's wrestling.
It's good stuff.
If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. You just have to see it. It's amazing. The storytelling afterwards to 205 Live, or not 205 Live. I'm sorry, I'm reading my show notes for the next thing. Sorry. But being the Elite, 98 kind of does before the match and then after the match, because then Cody comes in and smooths everything over somewhat for beating up Nick and yelling at them, and then says, no, I'm totally motivating you. I had no idea. And it does this whole schmooze. I thought that was really well done, because I'm like,
he was trying to say that he thought it was Kenny.
Yeah.
And that and I saw something also that was great too, is they show like a comparison, because it all comes back together. It was like set up the same exact way how Kenny pushed away Matt that one time. But when Kenny pushed him away, Kenny starts freaking out and like tries to like grab him. When Cody did it, Cody ripped off his jacket like he wanted some more.
Yeah.
So it's just little things like that they did the same thing, but Cody wanted to fight about it.
Yeah. Not really.
That's good. Yeah.
That's good. Let's see. So as I was stumbling around 205 Live, I'm really, really excited. I like that they had a tournament coming up to 205 Live for the title, and I was pleasantly surprised that Mustafa Ali won. I thought it was gonna be Gulak, because I thought it'd be heel. I'm totally like heel face. Like that's what WWE generally does. But here you have Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander, which I think is gonna be a fantastic wrestling.
I love Gulak, but this will be a better match, and we'll probably get to see that sweet spot they do with the flying Spanish fly.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I hope that'll be on the actual card, not the pre-show.
I really love that.
It's probably going to be pre-show.
Yeah. At least it'll be on USA.
I really love that you have Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander as both faces, and not being. I don't want to be that person, but typically one of those guys is the bad guy in WWE for racial reasons, and I'm really glad that it's like, no, we're not going to go that route. We're not making, the foreign
competitors.
guy, bad guy. Like, no, he's a face. He's a good guy. And it's like, this is awesome. This is like really good dynamic for WWE to like break that stereotypical type of attitude for their characters.
Yeah.
Right. And the two bad guys are Gulak and Tony Nese, like the two whitest guys in the world.
Tony Nese, like, is he 4 foot tall? How is he 205?
I don't know. It's like Buddy Murphy.
God, he's so stacked.
Yeah, he's 4'6".
Yeah,
205
right.
Pure muscle. Yeah, I never thought about that. He is
fucking ripped.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got.
Cedric Alexander's pretty beefed up too.
He is too. Yeah.
I want to see his actual build what he's built at, because I mean, obviously on the show it's under 205 live. I want to see his real weight. There's no way he's under
283.
Yeah. he's
Probably has him as 200.
Yeah. Do we have any rumors? I mean, we had so much.
There's a rumor that The Rock will wrestle at Mania, which I don't know if I believe.
I didn't know that.
Yes, betting odds have that like 25-1. Like it's almost like a for sure that he's going to be there.
I would assume he'll be there, but I mean, there's so many matches. This is going to be like his match with Eric Rowan?
Yeah. I hope he doesn't wrestle. I hope he comes back and him and Elias just trade back and forth on the guitar. That's what I hope for.
Because they have hinted at that, haven't they?
I'm not sure.
With 14 matches, and if The Rock comes back and does a segment, it's not going to be a slow segment. I mean, him coming back when he had the flamethrower and everything, it took him like 20 minutes to walk down, down the thing. Not really, but you know what I mean. Then does that put certain things on the pre-show?
I mean, they start at 4:30. That's when pre-show starts at 4:30.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got time. Maybe too much time. It's gonna be a long day of wrestling.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm not complaining, but
and do they even really have a time limit for Mania?
I don't think
I don't know.
so.
They should.
I mean, if they do, they notify the pay-per-view people that they might go late. But yeah.
Do they still have it on pay-per-view?
Yes, Mania they do.
Certain areas of the country, or where I don't even know, but like certain areas of the country don't have very good streaming capabilities. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The big shows, I believe, are still on pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
They're the big four, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So next week we'll have a clear idea, hopefully, of what the Undertaker, Cena. Hopefully, Undertaker is there next week. I kind of figured he would be there this week.
What do we have this weekend?
I don't think there's any wrestling this weekend, is there?
Nothing major. I think everybody's kind of taking a break before the big weekend, because I was like. Because there's a billion indie shows next weekend, and like some people like Michael Elgin, I think, has 10 matches next weekend. Jeez. Like Matt Riddle has 9, Ospreay has 9.
It's crazy.
You just are going to do so many matches over the weekend. And did you see Louisiana came out with that? The Louisiana Game Commission came out with that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, they banned a bunch of stuff. So like, besides WWE and Ring of Honor, because those are the only two commissions that companies that they deem as being professional, but any other indie promotion is not allowed to do pile drivers, any form of power bombs, anything off the top rope as like moonsault 450s, shooting star presses. I mean, they're allowed to get around it. Like they basically have to be there and they want to see that you are a trained professional, because they had an indie person back in 2007 like die in the ring because they were doing a pile driver, but it was someone like very inexperienced with like less than 6 months of ring time. Did it.
That's awful.
Yeah, especially crazy for people in like New Japan. That's what they were saying. Like, how are you going to tell Minoru Suzuki, who's 49 years old, that he can't do a pile driver?
Yeah.
But Adam Page can when he's 24, but he's in Ring of Honor.
Or any of the NXT can, when technically that's supposed to be a developmental.
Totally.
Exactly.
It's not legally, but yeah.
Yeah. So there's ways to get around. There's no blading anywhere. You're not allowed to blade.
That's good. I'm against blading, actually.
I don't like blading either.
Not anymore.
When it's needed.
I don't see. No, I think if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, like if
I like
it's
natural cuts.
Yeah, I like real.
I like
real.
If
we're talking about wounds.
If it happens, it happens. But I'm not someone who needs that to say like, oh my gosh, this is an intense match.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to do that to have an intense match, you probably should focus on something else.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. I don't know. I kind of want to talk about how evil Zack Sabre Jr. is, but I love him. Like
it's painful to watch his match.
Oh my god! Like I would.
That man can hurt you. Is what she's saying.
He's fantastic at making me as a viewer believe he could kill somebody.
Okay. He's fucking that guy up.
Brutal. Like it seems like it. He conveys this idea, I guess, through his wrestling that he is just cutthroat and brutal, and he's hurting people seriously. And it's like, good job.
And the crazy thing is, with that style, he can wrestle till he's 60 with no problems. He does nothing like acrobatic in the ring.
Yeah,
he does
it's
nothing.
Really safe.
But me and Joey were saying yesterday, it's just those damn British. There's always all those weird holds and stuff. Yeah. But I love it. That's like, I think that might become my favorite type of wrestling. Like
it's
Pete
great.
Skrull, all that. Yeah, Zack Sabre, he'll do those things. He'll get them in 3 different holds, like at one time. Just it's so great.
He flips them. They get out of one, and he's like, "Oh, but you're moving into this one."
Yeah. But now I have
or even it's like the thing that I noticed with Zack Sabre Jr. is he'll have you in a move like that, but then he'll also do something while he's doing it, like just rubbing his elbow into your back, like, man, you are ruthless.
The hold where he's got both arms behind the guy, and he takes his head and puts it in his back of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
he was
doing enough
too. Like when Ishii was on the ground, he wasn't even trying to do anything with him, not even trying to hurt him, just giving him little kicks in the face.
Just
to piss him off. Just you kicking you in the face.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, love it.
He's a bad guy, and I love him
every second of it.
And he's one of those wrestlers, like you said, like he doesn't do any high flying stuff or like.
Some people hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I find what he does to be extremely engaging, though.
Unique.
Yes.
Joey admitted to me last week that he thinks that he's become a spot whore.
Yep.
So he can only do match with big spots. He thinks.
Yeah.
We're gonna send him to a facility to get him some help.
Remedial wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me. It just I don't like if the ground stays on the mat or the match stays on the mat the whole time, I'll start looking away.
Needs that adrenaline.
Yeah. I need someone to almost die for me to watch this match.
I need someone to go through a table off a 10-foot ladder.
Every time.
Every match.
That's great.
You need your Flip Gordon.
Yeah.
Flipadelphia.
Oh, he's teaming up. Is that Supercard? He's teaming up with the Young Bucks.
Yup, in a ladder match against SoCal Uncensored.
That's cool. Right. I like how they've gone from the Bucks completely messing with them and slowly coming to respect him.
You can tell they totally love him, but
in storyline, I'm saying.
So fantastic. What was the thing? It was this tiny little bit where he's
Where do you think you're going?
No. He's starting to give Brandy like tips and help.
Oh yeah.
She's trying to get on the turnbuckle.
And then all of a sudden there was this milk first thing where you put cereal in a bowl, but she put her milk in first and then put her cereal, and it was a hashtag milk first thing.
Like that's fucked up or something.
Yeah, and you know what? Cody's evil, but he's right in this situation.
Yeah.
He's cereal first.
Just little things like that with Flip Gordy. He puts the milk in first. He thinks the earth is flat.
Yeah, he's trying to aggravate.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago and being the elite, Cody's going off and everybody's like, Flip, the earth is fucking round.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. He got blocked by the actual Flat Earth organization because he admitted in an interview that he personally believes one thing, but Flip Gordon believes another thing. So the Flat Earth organization blocked him. And
they're probably throwing stuff at him because they think it might hit him.
And I think I just...
You throw it far enough because it's all flat.
I think I did like a heart or a smiley face or a laughy face or something and retweeted it off of our Kipping Up Twitter. And he liked that we did that and then retweeted our tweet. And I'm like, oh, we got retweeted by Flip Gordon.
Yeah.
And I even said, like, I know I should pretend like we've been here before, but we haven't. That was amazing. I love that.
I bet that Flat Earth Society, they had to immediately cancel the award they were going to give them and all this dumb shit.
So funny.
Cancel the whole banquet.
Ah, forget it.
It's done.
We had this.
And then someone had just finished a huge poster and is all pissed.
Ice sculpture. What do you mean he's not coming?
Yeah.
A big wall mural.
Yeah.
Because it's flat, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Little short tonight, but I don't want to do like. I kind of like the idea that we cover like the big topics that we're enjoying, rather than just regurgitating everything.
Like going through a show.
Yeah. What do you guys think? We just wrap it?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to bring up?
Oh, I hate the Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh, I hate the Bludgeon Brothers.
I
hate
kind of
them.
do too.
No, they're garbage.
I love Luke Harper, but I don't.
I hate Eric Rowan.
I do too.
Oh,
he's just there. He's super boring.
I'm digging it.
One of our religious viewers, fans of the show, really loves the Bludgeon Brothers. Disagrees with us completely. Yes, because he says he really likes, and I kind of understand this viewpoint after he said it. He likes going back to that old school type of characterization.
But the revival does that.
And we don't have that a lot. But well,
I think it's if he did it with anyone else, I'd be happy. I just don't like Eric Rowan.
I feel like it's a step back for Luke Harper.
I feel bad for Eric Rowan because I don't like.
Luke had a decent little mini run before he got hurt, where he was feuding with Orton and Bray.
This time last year he had a feud with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and now he's back to.
And now it's like, okay, you're right back with Eric Rowan. Yeah, totally.
No, I love Luke Harper.
Did you guys listen to him on Sam Roberts a few weeks ago?
No, I didn't.
Eric Rowan?
No, Luke Harper.
Oh, no, I've heard him on other podcasts, but no.
Oh, so you've heard him. His voice is so weird when you hear him for the first time.
Is he sweet?
Yeah.
Is he super
he sounds,
sweet?
He sounds.
He was like a school librarian.
Jason told me he was a school librarian before he was a wrestler. So you know right away I'm in love with them.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, ah.
Pushing a cart of books.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I've read some stories of people seeing him out and about. He always seems like a cool, relaxed guy.
He seems like it.
Yeah. Which that's especially why I think, like Joey, it angers me because it's a step back. He could do more.
They gave you that glimpse. Yeah, they gave you that glimpse of him being a singles guy, and I was like, yes. Like,
and he's in like great shape right now.
Yes. And I feel like he's gonna waste a lot of time. And I feel bad for Ascension for being Ascension, but Bludgeon Brothers seems to me like Ascension too.
Yeah.
Like growing up Ascension.
Yeah, like I mean, they're pushing him right now.
Ascension.
I don't
Ascension
with mallets.
I don't think it's gonna last. I think they're gonna end up.
The mallets are dumb. Like, are they really gonna crush someone's head in?
Bludgeon them.
Bludgeon Brothers, and they haven't actually bludgeoned anybody. But
no, every time they pick them up, they get hit.
Yep.
Or they miss.
Yeah.
Not
when are you gonna murder somebody?
The they're probably gonna win.
Pick a different weapon. You suck at it.
Get a gun.
You're not really good at bludgeoning, by the way.
Yeah.
Fight your thing.
They're probably going to win at Mania, though.
They probably will.
But hopefully, you know what? I'm going to be mad if they're on actual WrestleMania and
they are gonna.
And 205 Live is pre-show. I'll be pissed because 205 Live I feel like has a better show, like a better.
There's
match.
no way the New Day and Usos are going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah, you got to have the Usos. They have not been on the.
That should be a good match.
It's another bummer. I mean, I don't know. I guess because Luke Harper's in it, so I'm kind of happy. But the Usos and New Day give us some great match every time.
I kind of wonder if the Usos will win because they're really playing up their horrible record at Mania.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I don't think they've ever won.
Well, then it seems like they would win.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think New Day will win because they don't really need it.
Yeah.
No, New Day's going to break up soon. They have to.
No!
I would think so.
I don't want them to. But
I think New Day forever.
Yeah. Are those merch sales slowing down?
I loved New Day when everyone was yelling New Day sucks. Like I have loved New Day's cheese factor forever.
It's weird how they started out too, because I remember when they first debuted. I think Jason, we went to that Raw when they debuted pretty early.
I vividly remember
as a gospel group.
They were doing like kind of a church choir thing.
Oh my god! I was like, I love them. They're so stupid. I love them.
Or was it the Preachers of Positivity?
Yes.
And then they slowly started to
they started to get their own little personalities in there, and it was like.
Did you guys see the story about Big E this morning? Hence my name on this podcast.
Melman, yeah.
He wanted to originally when he got to WWE, like first got there, he pitched an idea to, I don't know if it was Vince or to somebody, that he would be an evil mailman and his name would be Mel Man. and he got shot down immediately. But it sounds hilarious. He could pull it off now. But
well, yeah, I guess.
The mailman.
I like the 5.
They do a lot of risky things where if you told me the concept, I'd be like, no, that's not going to work. But it works for them. So maybe that would work.
Mm-hmm. They can figure it out.
Yeah, that's for the geniuses that are New Day to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ready to call it?
Good show.
We're going to call this a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check us out on our website at kippingupwithwrestling.com. That's right. .com. We got it. We're all over the internet at Kipping Up, and you can watch us record live usually every Thursday at 8 p.m. on our Twitch channel at the Kipping Up there.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Sorry about that.
Or daylight, whatever.
But if you can't catch us live, you can catch us how you're catching us now, either on your podcatcher or on YouTube or,
Look down at that thing you're listening to.
Yeah, that's how you did this. Do it again. Or if you're like, oh my God, I caught this in a really weird way, but I really prefer it in YouTube or
like I'm in the doctor's office and they're playing it.
We've got all those things going on. Yeah.
If I go to a doctor's office and they're playing Keeping Up with Wrestling, I'm probably going to leave. Just saying.
It's probably.
I don't trust it at all. I love this show, but not that.
Oh,
9 out of 10 doctors
for
say
a practical
don't.
joke, I want to make
the 10th
this
one
happen.
was into
it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Thank you for listening to Kipping Up with Wrestling. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Tumblr, and Twitter.
Zach, were you watching porn back there?
Yes. The entire time.
Awesome.
It's Law and Order, I bet.
It is Law